Good evening, everyone. I hope you have had a most wonderful day and you are ready for a most wonderful time of playing Monster Train, because that's just what we do. We play Monster Train here. So let's get into it. Let's keep working on the crowns. Maybe I'll play more Soul Savior. I do want to play Soul Savior. It's hard to split my attention between the two things. But anyways, good to see you, Wrath. Good to see you, Fury. I think we start with Echo Right in something. Maybe we do Echo Right in Rail Forged. Could do Echo Right in Under Legion. It still bothers me that we haven't seen Glareminder yet. I mean, it's not that weird that we haven't seen Glareminder yet, since it's a rare banner unit, and they are fairly rare, but it just annoys me that it's the one card that we haven't seen, even though I know personally what it is and what it does. Anyways, let's do... I guess let's do Echo Right and Rail Forged. Good to see you, Joe. How you doing? Alright, Rail Forged. We absolutely want Salvage instead of Smith. No question. Just easily, that is what we want. Weldling is fine. I'm okay, thank you for asking. How are you? I'm alright. My sleep schedule is still all super messed up, but on the whole, I'm doing okay. Gotta find time to work on some things that I've been ignoring, but mostly I'm doing alright. We'll definitely take Encased Divinity. And then we make decisions. I got the Pyre Speak Herzl Magnetic Relay Fused Pyre Shard combo going right now. Pretty fun. Yeah. It's rather strong. I would not be surprised if that gets nerfed in some way. Yeah, I mean, we're taking Martial Lord here. I, for some reason, was thinking that it was Martial Lord or Repeater, which was a bit more of a consideration. But we're definitely taking Martial Lord here. Also, I just like Martial Lord. It is, in fact, pretty solid. Now, I think we're doing it like this, even though it puts our egg in sort of a vulnerable position, but I would like to power up our dude, although that is, I was really expecting we'd draw at least one Echo Break, if not like an Echo Infusion, which is all we needed for this to go well. Did not draw any of it, so disappointing. Well, we'll see how we can manage without those. Yeah, let's kill you now, I guess. At least I've got the Echo Infusions. They'll help, but it does feel really dumb. Also, I don't have capacity for the Weldling, sadly. And thanks to Encased Divinity, I can do the Extract spell without it mattering, which is nice. And when you play him there, it's not going to matter a whole ton because we're about to go into the boss, and so he's only got one turn to buff himself. But like, whatever, he has a little bit of armor, he does a little bit of stuff, I guess. Whatever, fine. Here we are. We'll just shoot what we can shoot and go from there. Alright, we power him up further, and that's what we do. Either way, we're fine. Yeah, even though I just had the egg die immediately, the Echo Infusions are really what did that for us. Also, like, we were able to feed some power to the Carapace, which certainly helped. I mean, Bounding Echoes is probably what we want here. Yeah, we'll take that. I don't care about Renovate. Geared Gauntlet is a thing. It's not actually bad. I find it awkward, but like there are good ways to utilize it. And I maybe should take it. I still wish there was an equipment in Wormkin that actually like had some scaling. But there is not. I don't know, I kind of want to take it just because it's different and we haven't mastered it yet and haven't, like, used it well yet. Yeah, part of the issue, though, is, like, I can't give it to the Kinhost Carapace because it would overwrite the scaling ability. So I'd have to give it to somebody else for it to matter. And, like, I could put on the egg, which would be something. And, like, I could put it on Marshall or Echo, right? Which wouldn't be the worst. I just don't think that's necessary at all. But certainly not the worst thing. I'll skip it, even though I kind of want to use it just for something different. Okay, let's go here. Because I would like to pick up an egg if I can. Well, there's Glareminder. So here's what Glareminder does, by the way. So, it's now 2 cost, still 2 capacity. Instead of having Sweep and doing the Etch trigger to apply Reap, it now, end of turn, applies 1 charge on every floor. And it has an active ability to apply Reap 6 to enemy units on all floors. So, it is a very different unit. I think it's pretty cool, though. And, yeah, we'll take Glareminder. I don't really have a good setup to use it right now, but that's fine-ish. Yeah, Spell Chain and Holdover are good. I would have preferred to be able to get both, but I guess we'll take this, and I will do that, I guess. Alright, well, interesting. Oh yeah, and I do have Bogworm. I would really prefer that I put the extra capacity on higher floors, but we'll see what we can do. So we're doing that, and then you go there, and that's all we can play out. And the cooldown is 3, so we'll actually just pop that right now. I'll play you down there. You're gonna die immediately, but we'll leave capacity open to play out like a shield steward here. Yeah, I totally didn't think about the collector. Should have thought about the collector. Which is to say, I should have not used Glareminder's ability yet, knowing that it was possible for me to do this. But that didn't occur to me, which is annoying. Yeah, the shell hatching indicator is broken still, and I should remember to report that. Oh well, so be it. Okay. I just realized Steel Polyclaw works on my onions. Yeah, it definitely does. It's very good. Okay, let's do that and just reap everything. Okay, we'll kill that just so we take less damage. Yeah, Glare Minder just being able to sweep a whole floor, or whole train, really, is pretty cool. Yeah, we'll definitely just do this now. Yeah, sorry, Weldling, but so be it. How you doing, Panhandler? Alright, well, we got that late, but that's okay. Doesn't really matter at this point. Alright, and then we just beat them to death. Ta-da! Okay. I mean, the Soul Cripple is interesting. Fine, I'll take it. I don't know if we're actually going to put it to good use ever, but it's something. I kind of want that Steel Polyclaw, but it also feels like maybe irrelevant if we have Bogworm cooperating, but maybe Bogworm doesn't cooperate. Also, Wormkin plus Railforge Clan combo actually not that common in recent Monster Train 2 streams. Yeah. I mean, at least for me, that's partly because I've been playing just a lot of both Wormkin and Railforged individually. And so it didn't feel necessary to combine them. Yeah, I don't know. I do kind of want the Steel Polyclaw. Fine, I'll take it, I guess. Yeah, I really don't have enough Ember or capacity now. I mean, I can get around the capacity a little bit. Not really. So I do kind of want to go Merchant of Magic, looking for like Intrinsic or Permafrost and Bounding Echoes. Spell Chain on the Echo Infusion is good. Remove Consume on the Soul Cripple is also acceptable. Yeah, I don't really know what I want to do. Like, I do kind of want to do cute things with the Glare Minder, but I can't really do all that much with it with this clan combo. I mean, it's still good regardless, don't get me wrong. Especially if I put Dualism on it, then it would apply Reap 12 every time I activate the ability, which is a lot. Especially if I have multiple Glare Minders, which, admittedly, I think I actually probably want to do. Oh, Panhandler. Yeah, I think we're just going to live the Glare Minder life. Maybe. Yeah, let's do this, I guess, and see what happens. Alright. I'll take a second one, I guess. I did want the Permafrost, but I just really want to take the Spell Chain while I could, so we'll figure out what we can do without that. I was hoping... Not actually for this event. I wanted the get a rare from a different clan event, and I wanted to get the Pyreborn Tome so I could reduce the cooldown on the Glare Minders. Yeah, I'll skip on that. Maybe it would have been fine, but we didn't do it. That's okay. What wouldn't you give for Decay or Spine Chief right now? Yeah, that would be... It'd be quite something. So the egg has too little life to stand in front. So I guess we're gonna do... I guess we're still gonna do this. And then put down one of you, and then we just have to wait. This is the most dead event in the game, or is it Red Crown? I mean, I will say, I think Red Crown is a little better than people give it credit for, even if I personally don't like using it all that much. But like, there are people who make a very valid argument that it does represent a non-trivial amount. Like just getting Endless is pretty good, and there are plenty of reasonable hits from the pool of equipment that you can get. But like, free Endless is really not that bad. And it's not like removing the followers or even using the followers is that much an ask. Oh, I did do this wrong. I meant to use the forge points on you. It's a minor thing, but we may as well do it correctly. Now, the question is, do I want to use this as well so we can apply more Reap to Archeon? Or do we want to stagger it? And I think we probably want to stagger it. Okay, and then we just play you to get rid of you, and then we do more Reap. And there we go. Okay. I really wish I had Carbon Corsica. I mean, like, no great surprise. Always wish that I had Carbon Corsica, basically. But I don't, and we just have to live with that shame. Alright, does make these guys weaker. Oh well, that's fine. Okay, well, I can finally do this, though I would sap myself to do it. Either way, we'll do that right now. Whatever, we'll take some sap, that's fine. I don't actually need to play more charges on this floor, because the Lair Minders are going to fully fill up the floor. I maybe should have moved the Weldling there, but who cares. And then we just generate more charges and do some damage, and it's good. Alright, so I can do that and then that, which does actually get the kill. And then we do that, and then we just power you up. Again, if only I had Carbon Corsica, what a world that would be. Yeah, being able to just reap the whole train turns out pretty good. Yeah, I mean, none of this really matters. It's just how much do we want to try to power up the Carving Korska? Well, we can't. You're dead no matter what. Well, also said Carving Korska, not what I meant. That's fine. But he's super dead. Yeah, because he's doing 234 damage already. I take you like this Carving Korska relic? Yeah, ooh, gee, what gave it away? Echo Bloom's not bad. It's a bit weird. Perfect Insanity is somewhat interesting. I don't think it's actually worth using right now, but I do kind of want to take it. Also, the Echo Bloom doesn't work if we also have Steel Polyclaw on the floor. Obviously, we could put the Echo Bloom on a different floor. It's not bad overall. I think it's probably the better choice here, but I'm going to take Perfect Insanity. And then there's Keeper of Echoes. Alright, we'll take that, even though it really kind of changes what we're doing. Okay, well, we have considerations now. God, I don't really have consume cards. I don't know that this is really that helpful for me, but we'll do the Martial Lord anyways. If a repeater were an option, I was considering swapping to that, but it wasn't. Yeah, so we're gonna hope that Bogworm cooperates, but also I really need more Deployment Ember. Also, Smidgestone would be highly appreciated, but we're doing this. We're doing this. I have too many units. Can't do the things that I want to do. That's fine. We'll figure it out. Could also make the Ascend room deployable and the other room not, and then draw into the room after the first one turns shop. Yeah, the problem is that, like, I need to use it multiple times is kind of the issue. Alright, well, we are abandoning the Kinhost Carapace at this rate, which I don't love, but so be it. Okay, we'll get rid of that, even though it's technically a smelt target. It's a lot of Glare Minders. Well, strap yourself in. Okay. Oh, hey, it triggered the weird bug where it hatches in the wrong spot. Honestly, did not want that, but okay, so be it. I guess we'll deal with that. I'm strapped in, but I fear it will not be strong enough. Fair enough. Okay. So do I want to put this here, or do I want to do it on mid-floor? I think we just do this, because I'm already so geared up here. Yeah, that's fine. Oh yeah, and you guys actually get to apply all your corruption this time, which is less good, but fine. It's not the end of the world. Well, let's go ahead and do that. Echorite is going to die, but that's fine-ish. Don't really need Echorite to survive, so... I love the Kinho's change, actually, now that I see its new ability. Yeah, it's dramatically better than the old version. Do I actually care about the Weldling? I'll do it anyways. No, I won't, because then I don't have enough to play out this, so we'll do that. Alright, I'll just take less damage, that's fine. And then we're gonna wait on the Glare Minders so we can do some other things. May as well do that because there's no reason not to. And then I don't think I need to do this, but we're not really hurting for things, so here we are. Well, here we go. We just kind of beat them to death, and it's all good. And oh look, have even more Reap, and so be it. Ta-da! Look at us go. I mean, Ancient Resonance is fine. We'll take the Soul Crushing Guilt, though. Fire Plating is fine. We're not going to take these, even though the Trap Shoot's okay. I guess I'm just going here. Fine. Okay. I was gonna take Multi-Strike if it were offered. Doesn't matter what this is. Chamber of Recall I was considering. Yeah, I'm willing to take Chamber of Recall, even though it's yet more stuff that I'm going to struggle to play. I know the Weldling is supposed to be 3 sets of lights as a robot, but every time I see 2 sets of teeth. Yeah, I mean, I've never seen it that way. I mean, it's not even lights per se, it's that there's like, you know, a furnace inside and whatever. Whatever. But, yeah, fair enough. Okay, so we have 6 capacity up here now, which is sort of helpful. Still have more capacity here, though. Oh, actually, I wanted to keep her up front, I guess. I don't think it really super matters, but we'll do this anyways. God, I would love to get Artificial Pyre Stone. That'd be really nice. I also miss artifacts like Hell's Banners. Yeah, I don't think we need to use you now. We'll do that. I feel like you've been asking for Artificial Firestone a lot lately. It's almost like it's one of the best artifacts, and I just generally am pretty always happy to have it. Especially with the way that I play, it ends up being rather useful. Okay, so we play that out. We do this. Unfortunately, I want both the Soul Cripple and their Chamber of Recall. I guess we'll do the Chamber of Recall. But hey. Also, the Soul Cripple isn't that good for me until I can get the cost down, at least. But let's see what we can do. Okay, and now we have so many Glare Minders that we rotate back to the original. And we're gonna... You're just dying anyways. I was gonna pull this guy up so that we wouldn't have to contend with the sap next turn. But we don't need to. Okay, so now we can get that back every turn, which is not the worst thing. It'd be better if it were infused, but hey. Also, it does work with Echo, right? So we are getting some value back at least. I probably could have done that a little better, but that's okay. Yeah, so look at all the value. Delicious, delicious value. I really would like to get rid of the salvages. But here's the deal. Did I not get back the Bounding Echoes? Huh. Anyways, we'll shave off some HP. Doesn't really matter. Here we are. Pulled back a salvage. Yeah, totally spaced out. That makes sense. I knew there was something I was missing. Totally forgot. Anyways, really would like to get rid of the salvages, especially if I'm trying to use that. Another Soul Crushing Guilt is not bad. The Ambient Charge is kind of cute. I don't know that I really want that. I'll take another Soul Crushing Guilt. We'll see how much I actually want to use it, though. We will skip those. We're definitely going here, even though I would very much appreciate a number of things here, namely Carving Choriska or Artificial Firestone. It feels lame, but honestly, I'm willing to just do that. Smolder is bad? No? I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, you're talking about the Smolder Stone. I never think... So, I don't know any of the upgrades by their actual names. Literally none of them. I only know them by their actual effect, despite how much I played this game. So the reason we were considering the -2 consume was so that we could then also use the remove consume if I just wanted to like minus cost another echo break or something. Didn't feel great, was considering it. Honestly, should have done remove consume on this, probably. Didn't think about it. Oh well, that's fine. Only Smidge Stone for me. I mean, to be fair, yeah, I do know Smidge Stone. And if I, like, really think about it, I do know a couple of the others, like Frenzy Stone is the multi-strike, and Keep Stone is holdover. But, like, I don't know any of them for the most part. I don't know Salamander, the Rich Streameroni by name. I just recognize him by his jank. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know if I really actually want to hold over something. It's a maybe on the Soul Crushing Guilt. But I think ultimately we probably don't need that. I think we just take the -1. This is a bit weird. I should be doing the Echo Break, but we'll do that just because if I have Perfect Insanity, I may as well make it slightly playable. Okay. Alright. We're doing it. I have about 60 hours of Monster Train 2, and I just realized the effects have stone names for this talk. Yeah. Yeah. It's easy to not pay attention to. Unfortunately, we're against the Spikes one. Which is not really what I want. I think we can maybe make top 4 work still. We'll see how it goes. I really would like Dante's Footstool to get the Steel Polyclaw out earlier. Mind you, I do know that's not my only room, but still. Yeah, so unfortunately you're still surviving. Although, we can fix that problem for now. I'll do this, even though I don't really want to consume that. But that's okay. Oh, whoops. So you're wrong. Okay, let's do this correctly. Where I play you there, which is what I actually mean to do. Okay, I'm gonna not use your ability yet. Okay, oh boy, he gets some corruption. What a world. Right. So, we use this now, since it's not infused. We do this, we do that, we do that, because it doesn't matter what 4 that gets played on, because it's weird that way. I have one more Glareminder, but I don't think I want to pop that. I really do want this guy to die, though. But I don't know that it's going to matter. We're going to generate 3 more charges, so it's going to be effectively 5. So currently this is doing 60 damage. It would be enough. You know what? We'll do it, even though it might cause me some distress next turn. But we can also use the Steel Polyclaw if we need to. So, yeah. Stupid salvage. I do hate that I have to get rid of all the salvages, but they are actively a little bad for me, so here we are. There we go. I was pretty sure that would work if I did that. It was a little clumsy. I just wanted to give my guy a little bit higher stats. Whatever. Could have also used the Steel Polyclaw. Should have at least grabbed the Cherub, I think. But we didn't. That's okay. Here we are. Okay. I'll just go ahead and murder some things real good. Sure, we'll leave that one for next turn as we just keep glare mindering our way all over the place. Right, well, let's increase her HP since there's no downside to it. And then let's just get the kill this turn. We don't have to worry about our perma-scaling dude either way, so we'll just go ahead and do some things. And then he's got 111 Reap. It's currently doing 222. It's actually going to be doing a lot more because we're going to have 4 more charges on here. And so he takes 684 damage, since he just barely survived our actual attacks. I mean, I do kind of want the accelerated incubation. It mostly doesn't matter. Echoes of the Past is cute. We're not going to worry about that. I think I might still take accelerated incubation. I think I'm not going to, though. I'm going to hope that we get Repeater at the next upgrade, I think. And we're going to take more Ember. I would like more other things, but this is what we're doing. So I do kind of want to go here, but we're going to go to the left. Okay. Yeah, didn't get what I wanted. I'll just take Shellsmith, that's fine. It's not terribly impressive for us right now, but that's okay. We are going to get rid of 2 more salvages because they are actively a bit of a problem for us right now. And then, do I want to hold over something? Like, I could hold over another Echo Infusion. I think that's a bit much. Perfect Insanity I kind of want to do. It is rather silly, though. But, you know what? Just for the sake of it, we'll do that. Is it what I should do? No, it's not. But it is what we are doing. So we're making that cost 0, though it would have been nice to intrinsic it, but that's fine. And then we'll minus cost that, I guess, and yada yada yada, here we are. Yeah, that's why we don't want the salvages, because we don't want the smelted cards to go to the consumed pile. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have 2 more of you that are the small size. So we'll do it like that and that, I guess. Sure. Yeah, there's not really any downside to doing it like this. We'll just eat those charges. We'll make you join the floor of beauty. One of my Glare Minders is still weaker than the others, unfortunately, but that's fine. We're working on it. Unfortunately, the reanimate guys do survive, but that's not really a big problem for me. Since I can just do that. Okay, so there's that. Did I need to do that? Not really, but it is what we did. I want you to be infused, but fine. We just play out some things, and then we, are going to do that, and I should have done this differently. Yeah, whatever. I should have done the Soul Crushing Guilt on him. What happens if a unit's max HP is reduced below 1 and has reanimate? Is it left with 1 max HP? Yes. Correct. Yeah, you can see that it'll put them down to 1 HP. Similarly, if you reduce something's life below 1 and then reform it, or it has endless, it'll come back with 1 HP. Yeah, my deck is a bit of a mess in regards to fights like this, but it doesn't really matter. We're totally fine. It is just a little strange. But, like, we are just killing everything. Like, we're not actually in danger. It's just the reanimate that is a little bit of an annoyance. But also, once enemies do actually get to my floor, they do just kind of get murdered. Since I don't have insane stats, but I have reasonably good stats up here. Especially for how little I'm actually engaging with enemies. I could have done it differently. Oh well. Alright. Oh yeah, you survived because you're a son of a bitch. And then it doesn't matter. Well, I guess you are surviving, but that's okay. I don't really believe you're surviving. Which is to say, yeah, it's not that impressive of what I'm doing on mid-floor. But it also doesn't matter, because we win here. And then we can even win better. As you have even more Reap. And so you're already taking 360 damage, which is actually way more than that. Because, again, we're applying 4 more charges before the end of this. But also we can just do that. How you doing, by the way, Tom? I mean, again, not what I wanted. Another Chamber of Recall, though, I'll take, I guess. A little late for the assembly room. You need to assert dominance. Might be worth going to the Merchant of Arms. Doing okay, just got back from work, feel like melting into a puddle. Understandable. I think we're going to the left. Yeah, here we are. No, I mean, this is worth it. Not helpful. Any desire to play Mugenics? No. I mean, maybe it's fine. I really dislike the general visual style and humor of Isaac, and I expect that to be exactly the same with Mugenics. It's probably a good game, just like Isaac is a good game, but I have had no interest in really looking into it. I could do Endless. That honestly is not the worst thing. More Titanite is probably not the worst thing, but I think we just don't care. You know, it cost me so little, I guess I'll just give you the burst. Sure. I should just be removing cards, basically. But I didn't, and here we are. So, we still have one salvage, which we do want to get rid of. Want to get rid of that. Kind of want to get some of the artifacts just for having, but they don't actually do anything for me, so I'm not going to. Sadly, we don't have more dualism for you, but that's okay. You'll just always be the ugly stepchild. Alright. So. Yeah, we still want to do it like that, I guess. I was trying to use the, Steel Polyclaw and realized I don't have Steel Polyclaw, so here we are. Yeah, we'll stagger the other one so we can keep wiping those. So I can play this first and then pull one of you guys before I do this. So then you guys can get the armor. So I don't hate that. Let's Soul Crushing Guilt you. And then let's just gain some power. I think we're gonna do this one too now, actually. By the way, thoughts on new Glareminder? Love it. Dramatically better than old Glareminder. Unsurprisingly, I have long fought for changes to Glareminder and Glugsider and some other things. Glareminder in particular, even though, you know, I had done runs in Monster Train 1 where he was a solid unit and we did build around his edge trigger. It was largely an irrelevant design because the fact that he had sweep meant that the edge AoE damage was basically redundant. So I much prefer it having a more clear, interesting role. And generating charges on every floor is good, it's strong, it plays with a lot of what the clan wants to be doing. The ability to apply Reap is very good. As you can see right here, it is basically all of my damage. So, like, we are putting it to good use. I think it is, like I said, just overall a much better, more interesting, cleaner unit. Okay, but has Glareminder gotten any better at giving hugs? Doesn't need to, Tiny. He's got so many hands. He gives the best hugs there could be. Alright. Well, let's do that, and then Perfect Insanity you again. We'll just go ahead and do both of those. Even though you're not actually dying, but that's okay. And yes, I should have done this in different order, wherein what we're actually going to do is we're going to move you, which I should have done earlier, but it didn't occur to me as an option. Oh no, I'm getting sapped. However shall I handle such a terrible fate? Again, it is a little shame that the Echo Infusions aren't actually charge positive and are only charged neutral, but that's okay. We'll handle it. Oh. And we just kind of watch them explode. It would be nice if I had more charge spots on each floor, but alas, it's okay. So let's do that. Let's do that. So I could just kill him this turn. Or I could do other things and not kill him, and instead just feed the beast. So we're gonna do that. Okay, but one way or another, we're very clearly getting the kill here this turn. Especially when we shred, you know, another 666 HP from him. But yeah, he's got a lot of Reap, and we're generating a lot of charges. And so if he did survive our thing, he'd be taking 1,000+ damage from the Reap alone. There we go. By the way, Tom, did you have any specific thoughts on the new Glareminder since you asked the question? Okay. So, you go there, and then we play both of you and that, since I can fit you all. Didn't even know it had been changed until Ashaka mentioned it yesterday. Feels like it fits in line with the clan more. Yes, I will highly agree to that. So we're going to do this. Unfortunately, can't use the Soul Crushing Guilt anywhere that matters. Like, I can do it here, it doesn't actually do anything. I'll still do it just for the stats, though. Yeah, I guess I'll use the second one already. Oh no, I take some fire damage. It's like, it actually matters, but it doesn't. Okay, unfortunately haven't gotten any of my consume cards yet. I guess I'll perfect or Soul Crushing Guilt you. Then we kill basically what matters. And we can't use this yet, which is fine. Okay, so now we have this. Wrong order, but I'm not gonna reset the turn to fix it. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't use that yet. Could do it here. Sure, fine. Dominion is dying pretty cleanly already since, you know, the Pyrolytes do a lot of damage, and we are, like, the Reap is building on Dominion too. So, doing some solid work for us already. You know what? We'll go ahead and Perfect Insanity you. Sal may ask a hypothetical as long as it's a good hypothetical, which we both know is not a guarantee with you, Tiny. Yes. Oh, the Reap. One Wormkin unit will defend you, the rest will try to kill you. Who do you pick and why? I know you want me to say Glugsider. But for a real answer, 30% of the time, it's a good hypothetical every time. Oh, you're not wrong. Anyways, Echo Right is probably a good answer. Bog Wormling is the other. And then First of Kin would be third up in the ordering. Glugsider has an instant kill. How do you win against that? Sheer numbers. That's how. But yeah, here we go. Yeah, so let's just get the kill this turn. Unfortunately, I can't daze my buddy, but we can do that. So much Reap. So beautiful. We'll let you grow just a little bit more. And there we go. Anyways, that was a fun run. It was pretty silly that not only were we offered Glareminder, but they were offered multiple Glareminders, and then we just duped it a bunch too. But yeah, I like that. I think it's a good showcase of how good Glareminder can be. Obviously, there's other ways to use it quite well, too. you know, especially with Pyroborn, where you can reduce the cooldown in various ways. Like, even just having Taskmaster's Lash from the minor artifact pool can work really well if you're starting with the Echo Breaks like I was. But yeah, it can get to be a lot of Reap very quickly. Out of curiosity, what unmastered cards do we have here? Yeah, unsurprisingly, it's 2 of the rare units. I knew that Glug Cider was on there. Forgot about Bog Deep Cocoon. Accelerated Incubation, not bad. Just haven't used it. Proclamation, a little bit surprises me. Force Contamination doesn't. And then I basically never use Power of Knowledge or Symphony of the Soul. Symphony of the Soul can do some good work, but like, it's very clan combo dependent because Wormkin has very few things that it actually affects, which is basically it only affects armor. And Wormkin, if you're relying on armor, you generally probably are generating enough armor without Symphony of the Soul. Echoes of the Past can be good, just hasn't been relevant yet. Over here for Railforged, yeah, I'm not surprised that I haven't used Quenching Oil or Geared Gauntlet or Card Collapse yet. Or Anvil Breaker. They're not necessarily bad cards. They're just not cards that I like to use. Like, Card Collapse does a lot of damage, even if you're only using it like once just to nuke a floor. Especially it makes for a very good, like, -2 in consume target. Like, you know, once you've filled up a floor, doesn't matter that it reduces your capacity to 1 if you don't care about playing more things on that floor. Technically, you can combo it with, like, Renovate as well. And again, Geared Gauntlet I find a little awkward to use, but, like, it does have good use cases. Like, it is actually fairly solid. And I just don't like using Anvil Breaker. The rest of these, though, are pretty... Well, 3 of these are good. 1 of these is Spike Driver Factory, which is cool, but rather bad. I'm still tilted the spiders aren't actually spiders. Well, you're just going to have to live with that, Tiny. But yeah, anyway, Spike Driver Factory. It just needs to inherit its upgrades onto the spawn spiders. Like, that's all it takes for this to be a reasonable unit. Or the craft upgrades need to be way more impactful and have you pick like 2 of 3 instead of just 1. But as is, getting like a 1/1 spider, not that great, especially that you get to do it every other turn. Like, yeah, you can use it to chump block, but then you still have to keep the Spike Driver Factory alive and commit capacity to it. And for a rare unit, I really wanted to do more than just give me a terrible chump blocker every other turn. Like, it's just not very good. But, like, if you could be generating spiders that had even more burst and had quick, or had, like, multi-strike and a large stone, or things like that, like, that would be useful. That would actually be good. But that's not the world we live in. But anyways, the rest of these are situationally good. Well, Knuckler Steward is just generally good. I'm still sad that we flubbed the run where it did show up, but that's okay. That's okay. Also, I greatly exceeded my Charge Echo generation record there. Since the prior was 594 and we just did 816. You can definitely do way higher than that, of course, but that's fine. So, what are we playing next? I think I'm obligated to do a Herzl, because I think I have less Herzl crowns. I think we're 1 less on Herzl than have. I could also, again, just play the other champions and start working on these crowns, which I do want to do. But we'll still just do Herzl and something right now. Let's do Herzl and Banished, I guess. Or Remnant. I guess let's just do Banished. Although Herzl is a lot less cool with Banished than Half is, but that's fine. In general, I just like Half dramatically more than Herzl. Oh boy, it's Pyre Steward, the unit that most deserves a rework. It just is a bad design. Like, if you're not building into it, it does basically nothing for you. And if you are building into it, then it makes taking Pyre damage basically irrelevant. And that's not great. Pyre Piping is frustrating. It doesn't do anything for me right now. It's probably not going to do anything for me for most of the run. Technically, I could heal myself up with the Pyre Steward, and I could technically, like, route specifically for the Pyre Remains so I can get healed, but, like, it's just frustrating. Attuned Whetstone is probably what we take. Okay. Probably Enduring Steel, although we do have a rather weak start for the most part. And I've got the Hammerfall to buff. I've got Wing Spirit to heal. I just am not that wild about it here. I just don't know that I really want to play Pyresmith either. I mean, it's fine. I could take it. There are some cute things we could do with it, maybe. Maybe. I honestly kind of wanted Blacksmith Herzl, even though I don't love Blacksmith Herzl. Especially because what I really kind of wanted to do, especially when we were starting with Attuned Whetstone, was like get Sword Maidens and then just pile a bunch of attack or a bunch of equipment onto Herzl right off the bat and have him attack 1,000 times and generate 1,000 forge points and then do something. But so be it. I don't know. I just don't really care about either of these. I think Pyresmith is the better choice here. Alright, whatever. We're taking Enduring Steel. The minus Ember is probably not the right choice, but here we are. Alright, I'll leave him unplayed, I guess. Yeah, not wildly impressive, but we'll do that, I guess. I mean, the minus Ember is really hurting us in terms of utilizing that, but so be it. Yeah, so by healing, he now is strong enough to kill there, which is at least something. So be it, whatever. It's not great. I'm probably going to take a bunch of pyre damage. That does help. Okay, I was sort of hoping I'd get a Hymnus so that I could then do this. We're still taking a not small amount of pyro damage, but... Also, I should have kept it behind Herzl, probably. It didn't actually help to put it up closer. Anyways, here we are, whatever. We took a bunch of damage. I'm not surprised by that. Weldling is sort of reasonable. It would be nice to have more forging, but we'll take the weldling, even though it causes some issues. Rising Rage. It's not bad. Cleave is also reasonable. I'm gonna take the Cleave, I guess. Fine, I'll take the Firebrand, though I'm not going to use it particularly well. Okay, good enough for the moment. Good enough, I guess. We are going to still take more damage, but oh well. Technically, we've got the Pyre Steward. God, the responsible choice is to play the Cleave. Whoops, I didn't mean to play that. Alright, not incredibly happy with it, but I don't think I can justify taking quite so much damage. And I do really want the Weldling later. Yeah, we'll take a little bit of pyre damage, I guess. So it'll take 8 pyre damage that way, or if I leave you up here, I take 10. Yeah, it is still better for me to do this, even though it is a ton of problems. Yeah, I think actually what we're doing is we're going to just cause you, and do that, and cry a little bit. Oh, I'm in so low life. I really don't want to play you out, though. I think I am ruined either way. Yeah, well... Think you need to play the Weldling when you drew it? Yeah, I do think that's the case. I was trying to greed and get some forging onto it. Not that I'm good at generating forge at the moment. But yeah, I think just I'm greeding too hard and it is, unsurprisingly, not working. I'm actually going to play you like that. Oh, that's right. I had a reason why I was doing this. But that's fine. We'll still do this, and then we'll do that, and it's fine. And we take some damage, and life is pain, and we accept that, and then we move on. But yeah, especially with all the Scourge dudes, I think I just have to play out the Webbling when I can actually play out the Webbling. Unfortunately, the Webbling doesn't work super well with the Firebrand, but, like, whatever. Yeah, that's actually not good enough. I think I probably want to use the Hammerfall to do a bunch of more damage to you. Yeah, I'm just a little too weak if I try to do other things, but I can do that, and it's fine, and who cares? The quick is sort of detrimental to me, kind of, not really, but we'll still do this. And then you'll heal my pyre for 1. Oh boy. Okay. We got there. Oh boy, look at us go. Ta-da! Exciting stuff. Well, I will take a bonk, even though it gives me another Calcified Ember. I am going to skip those, so I should maybe take the challenge. It might be worth going to the left here so I can get equipment that I can actually draw with Attuned Whetstone. Like, there are some good things I could get. I could also maybe pick up, like, Inferno Room, which would be really helpful. And just the healing is not bad for me. I do want the Merchant of Steel, but we're doing this, I guess. Yeah, like, Everlasting Light is not bad for me. I could. Honestly, I wouldn't totally hate it, but I don't really want to do that. I don't like purging my champion even when it is legitimately a good choice for me. Bloodsoaked Arena's okay. I kind of want to just do Steward Quarters. Although I wouldn't be able to deployable it. I think we're just not going to worry about that. I think we're just going to remove you. Unfortunately, it is the corruption one, which I'm less happy about, but... I can keep you alive like that. Yeah, except it doesn't keep you alive because I can't math. Oh, it's because I always forget that Upbeat Warbler doesn't give itself quick. The problem is I think I probably have to do the Hammerfall on you, even though I'd really like to not do that. Honestly, probably not even enough. How you doing, Glacier? And fortunately, that does fuck all for me. Overall, not the worst, though. That's something. It's not a ton, though. Yeah, the problem is I'm not really accomplishing anything by being on bottom floor. I think I need to be on a higher floor. It's like I'm not doing any meaningful damage to you. I'm also just I'm being ruined by the Scourges. No surprise. Since that is so often the big problem of this fight. It's like I haven't gotten through most of my deck. And I finally draw the Weldling, but that's very late to be getting it. Well, that's basically the win right there. I just need to draw a Hammerfall and we get the kill. But if I'd gotten the Weldling much earlier, this would be dramatically better for us. It's like, yeah, yeah, the armor doesn't work super well with the Valor, but that's fine. There we go. How you doing, Constant Tom? Good to see you. Sal is suffering as usual. Well, there's a little bit of suffering for sure. The Death Metal Hymnus is kind of cute. I don't know that we can really utilize it well. I unfortunately am not seeing any like good foraging things, which would be really nice. But that's okay. We at least like made the Weldling decently powerful, and that's something. I don't know. Fuck it, we'll take a Hymnus and we'll cry. Yeah, I'll take a Crucible Steward and we'll take Ember. I would like draw as well for a lot of obvious reasons, but here we are. We probably want to go to the left and do like hold over Bonk, hold over Cleave, something like that. I could go here and heal. I don't know what we'd hope to see, really. I mean, there's like Herzl's Hammer, which would give us more Forge points. But that's unlikely that we see it. Broken Rail is fine, but not our greatest concern. Yeah, most of these aren't that important to me. I guess we'll go here, see what we can get. Okay, intrinsic holdover, I will put on the bonk. It's a bit awkward, but it, for the most part, is a welcome change. Knuckler Steward, my boy! Yeah, I'm pretty happy with Knuckler Steward here. Even if I now have Ember problems. Which I already had Ember problems, but that's okay. Doing fine. Found a strange bug in the Unreal Engine 5 plugin from Epic Games that our project using. Now I have to fix that. Sounds lovely. God, I have a mess of a deck right now. But the Knuckler Steward is pretty cool. Not sure how we're going to utilize that well at the moment, but it is pretty cool. I might try... I mean, the minus draw is really concerning here. I might try not playing him so we can try to forge him a little bit. But... God, it's just so much better to utilize him. Okay, let's just utilize him right now, because we can do this, which is quite good. You go there. And then let's just get more cards out. Also, technically, the Pyre Steward is helpful with my ability to smelt now. Yeah, we probably still want to do that. Kind of wanted to save that spot for the Weldling, but that's okay. We'll just play the Weldling elsewhere when we draw it. Heal Datpire. Yeah, we're gonna try. Though I need to actually get things at the right time to care about it. Okay, we're going to forge you for some semi-meaningful amount of stuff, and we'll heal for 2. By, I guess, spraying our flamethrowers at the engine. Okay, yeah. Problem is I don't actually want quick anymore. It doesn't really matter, we'll play that there, I guess. Alright, time to murder Ajax. And I guess we forge this just for the sake of it. Although I could heal my Pyre a little bit more if I didn't do that, but that's okay. Ta-da! Alright, well, we've turned things around a little bit. Full Throttle's not bad, but I think I'm gonna skip on it. I will take mass production, though there's a good chance that it infuriates me. We're not taking those. Okay, so again, I kind of want the Merchant Trinkets. We're definitely going here, though, for reasons. Unfortunately, Dualism doesn't really do anything with you. Well, it does if we're using Everlasting Light. But I could also Smidge Stone you. kind of want to do... Yeah, that's fine. We'll do that. And we'll do that. Sure. Yeah, we'll do that, I guess. And we're going to... I don't know, I don't have enough capacity anymore, or other things. Okay, I'm gonna do this. It is wrong, but we are doing it nonetheless. And then we're going to suck it up. And we're also gonna give you some HP, I guess. I don't know. I have just so many things in my deck, and they don't all matter or work together, and that's a problem, and we're just going to have to accept that. We'll figure it out as we go. The Market Invasion is actually not good for us, but fine. Okay, so... You know what? We'll heal the pyre for one. I totally, actually, legitimately care. Well, you did end it with a lot of valor, which is the goal. Okay, I am willing to forge you so that you're a little bit safer in the future. It's not ideal, but it is acceptable. Okay. Okay, I'll wait on using your ability just in case we actually care. Since, like, we might be able to smelt, yeah, like a calcified ember. Okay, so we can bonk you, and we bonk you, so then we can play you out with a good chunk of stats. Though again, the, like, weldling armor matters a lot less when we are generating valor. We're still doing it, because reasons, but whatever. I will get rid of that. I will play you out for reasons. And then unceremoniously bonk the shit out of you. Yeah, not the time where we care about that. May as well play it. Sal, the toxic manager, how dare you? How dare you? Okay, well, we're doing that. And then we forged that one, so it at least does something for us. Well, I'm not the one bonking employees for forge points. How dare you impugn my honor in such a way? Alright, well, having the calcified embers is sort of nice at times, but for the most part, we just don't want it. Anyways, we We just kind of punch into him. We are definitely a little weaker in Relentless, kind of, but it doesn't matter. Ta-da! Yeah, I'll take the Masterwork, even though I don't know that we're really going to use it well. I'll take the Benediction as well, even though we're kind of bloating our deck, but it is legitimately quite good for me if I can utilize it. At least, like, in regards to Dominion, which is mostly what I'm concerned about. Well, this really highlights Sal as a person who really listens to a lot of audiobooks. I don't even know what you mean by that. Okay. I do think we're going here. Yeah. Alright, this is good enough. God, my deck is a mess. I mean, usage of extended language, or I don't know how it's called in English, just rare words and such things. You mean having, like, a large vocabulary. So the permafrost on the mass production is sort of appealing, except that I don't know that I actually care about the mass production now. Well, it's okay, and I could use it to dupe an Everlasting Light. I was originally going to use it to dupe a Weldling after it had been empowered, but we live in a world where maybe I don't care about that anymore. Yeah, and it makes things funnier. Fair enough. Glad to enjoy it. I don't have to play the Death Metal Hymnist. I do want to do something about the Benediction, but I think maybe we just do this so it's not a totally dead card to me. We'll get rid of Warbler #1. Honestly, I should probably get rid of the Armored Warbler so that the other one I can at least use as a bonk target, but it's fine. Now, I think we need to be on bottom floor for this, even though top floor is appealing to me in a number of ways. Okay, we'll give you the empowered one, I guess. Well, I guess we are playing that out already. You know, we'll eat that cleave. Who needs cleave, really? Okay, that is generally good for us. Well, technically, corruption is beneficial as it creates more burst. Kind of. Like, I don't want a ton of corruption, but yes, it does do some work for me. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, my bonks are not wildly powerful, but we'll do that. We just need to add Frostbite and Decay on there somehow. Oh boy. Truly an amazing game plan. Yeah, I guess I'll still play you out. I think it's still worth doing, even though I'd kind of like to get rid of the Calcified Ember. Again, they're not like the worst thing, since I can use them with the Crucible Steward sometimes, but it's also plenty of times where it's not helpful. Well, if he's gonna die anyways, we may as well do our own thing with them. Okay, not that I'm like using my forge points as well as I would like, but that's okay. I don't think I have anything else I care about forging. I guess there's the Firebrand, so keep doing this. Like, I don't really care about the Firebrand, but I may as well. Well, you are the last card in the deck. Okay, most of the way killing with our big, meaty, powerful Knuckler Steward. And I could get rid of the Calcified Ember. I think we're just going to play with the Firebrand, though. It's not like insane, but, you know, if we ever need the Firebrand, it's good to have it. I also might just take Ember after this fight. I think we're taking draw, is what we're doing. You can bonk Steward for extra burst. I had considered this. I don't hate Tome of the Lost Path, but I think we're taking Blood-Soaked Arena. You know, I now understand what the intended implication was, but I don't think there is a correlation between consuming a large amount of literature and an expansive vocabulary. I do recognize there may be a correlation, but, I mean, there definitely is. I don't know what the actual numbers are, but, like, studies have shown that. I think we're going to the right. And we can do some shenanigans here. We'll figure it out. Shield of Wing is kind of cute. Kind of like that. But it does lead to awkward situations. A causal link or a correlation? I believe a causal link, but I don't have the studies offhand. Anyways, we'll take Enduring Steel 3. I guess. And then we'll make decisions here in a moment on what I'm doing. Bloodthirsty Blade is also cute. So, what I'm considering doing is taking an equipment to fuse to one of the Everlasting Lights. Which I don't feel like they got the proper amount of permanent attack from the Enduring Steel. Yeah, they definitely didn't. I assume that's a bug. Whatever. Not the end of the world. I think in general right now, just Enduring Steel is bugged to not have the perma attack go on to equipment, even though the armor does. Anyways, a little annoying, not a huge deal. I'm sure they'll fix that soon. So the options are, I can either take this Bloodthirsty Blade, or I can do the Shield of Wing. The Shield of Wing is kind of cute because it means that we'll still generate the burst when we're attacked, but then we'll kill the we'll kill any low health units that attacked into the Knuckler Steward. Yeah, you're right. The Death Metal Hymnist is also missing the attack. I feel like Firebrand is too. Huh. I know that used to work just fine, but it does look like for some reason it's just not applying. Well, that's a problem. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Weldling got at least some of it, though. Maybe it's like Enduring Steel 2 is bugged, but Enduring Steel 1 isn't. I don't know. I didn't do the math. I'm not going to do it right now. We'll figure it out. I'm pretty sure it's already been reported. I'll try to remember to report it later. I wonder if the attack's missing for a particular Herzl level. Yeah, that, I think, is what's going on, but I don't know for sure. Because I'm pretty sure it did work with the Weldling earlier, and then all the other things have been since we've had Enduring Steel 2. But, I don't know. Anyways, so we could take the Bloodthirsty Blade, or like I said, the Shield Wing is cute, because then whenever low health enemies attack into us, they'll die to the Shield Wing, but we'll still get the burst, so then we'll use the burst to just clobber them. Check mid-fight, might just be a display bug here. I don't think it's a display bug. The Bloodthirsty Blade is good. We're going to do this, though. That said, to do this, I have to do some awkward things. Wherein I need to make the other one deployable so that Attuned Whetstone will always hit the more expensive one. I did want to do deployable in the Blood-Soaked Arena. Oh well, too bad. This is what we're doing. We're also not going to worry about the Inferno Room. Yeah, we should be fine. The silence dudes are sort of a problem, except for the fact that we have the bonks already. Yeah, I think we want to set up on a higher floor. I think there's not really any reason for us not to. I'm gonna let the other Everlasting Light go in the hopes that we can forge it, and hopefully that actually works for us now. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, let's kill one of you. Oh, I forgot to use your ability last turn, I think. Oh, that matters. Yeah, whatever. So be it. Who cares? Okay, so there's the Blood-Soaked Arena. There are the Masterworks. Yeah, whatever. We are sort of making them stronger, but that's okay. Not like these guys attacking it into us is really a big deal. And I know I'm not using the Firebrand. Oh well, that's fine. You still have some burst because you're cool like that. Do I want to let this cycle one more time? I think I probably could get away with that. Could be forging Firebrand for Titan. Yeah, that's why I dumped a little bit of power onto them. I don't really care about that. We're not like low health by any means. I do need to keep in mind I have the 2 bonks, so I'm only really drawing 4 new cards a turn. I think we just do it now. It's not a small amount, so... we should be fine overall. Very strange question, but anyway, do mustaches feel strange while eating, or did you get used to it, or did you no longer feel strange? Just thinking on whether to keep my small for now mustache. It's not bad as long as you keep it trimmed. Like, if you let it grow out where it, like, actually covers your lip or mouth, then it can be a bit weird. Especially if you're eating something like soup. But for the most part, it doesn't bother me. As long as I keep it trimmed, like I said. The copy of Everlasting Light should go in Welding. Yeah, I'll be honest, I spaced out that I had played the Death Metal Hymn Distant Front this time. Every other time I'd played him in back. And so, wasn't paying attention because I was reading chat. And so just meant to play it on the Welding. Didn't, but yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. We actually do want to forge you a tiny bit. My headcanon that Sal has had a mustache since he was 5. So, I used to be clean-shaven until I was about 20... oh, God, when was it? I want to say until, like, 22 or 23. I also didn't start having a ponytail until about that same time. Though, I did have long hair. For basically all my life, but not this long. And then I started going bald, and here we are. So, that's just how it is. Anyways, we may as well forward you a tiny bit. Yeah, I don't actually want you to kill any of them. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We're not getting perma-scaling from killing them, so who actually cares? And I don't think I have anything left to forge. So, here we are. I'm not even going to bother playing the bonks. Yes, look at him go. Look at his brilliant might ensue. Now, he does do a lot of damage. But so do we. We don't need Magnetic Relay. We don't need any of these. I mean, I could use the Car Collapse, but I don't care. Lead Songbird is good, but I would need capacity on the floor to play it. I could just stop using Herzl. He's not actually doing all that much for me at this point. And, like, the amount of extra power I would get from a Lead Songbird is legitimately pretty high. And yeah, I do think the Permaforge attack is broken right now. Which is fine, whatever. I'm sure they'll fix it soon. Anyways, kind of want to do the Lead Songbird. Yeah, sure. I just hate abandoning my champion. Technically, we could go here looking for Steward's Quarters, and that might do it. I think legitimately I should go to the Merchant of Magic, though, and try to, like, make the Benediction more usable. I think that is a much better option for us. Sure. Sure. I could do this, which is kind of cute, to make, like, another Everlasting Light. I guess I'll do it. And then give me... Well, Intrinsic's not bad. I was hoping for double stack, but I guess I'll do that. Fine. Whatever. The deck is a bit weird. I think we have enough power to get through here. Like, the only major concern is that Seraph murders me with the corruption doubling, but I think we'll be okay. Yeah, I'll still play you out here. Magnetic Relay would help with corruption stacks. Yes, but we would also lose all of the valor that we have built up, and so, like, that is a concern. I've really not been using the Hammer Falls particularly well. Do I want to bonk these things? Kind of and kind of not. I think we're just not going to do it. Yeah, it's not exactly what I want to do, but this does work out. Because we still have a bunch of bursts from last turn, and this way he's not the one who gets hit by the corruption doubling. Or all the other damage. Well, it's not what I was going to do, but we will do it, I guess. Yeah, so the corruption is a concern, but we are getting more valor, and we're getting just a good chunk of armor. And we'll just play some things out here to kind of spread out the stuff. But we'll see what we can do. Like, I am concerned about the corruption doubling, and I was considering doing some different things. But we are also doing, like, half his health right here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to hit you, and then we're going to bonk you, so then he's not actually blocking our attacks. So we got rid of his reanimate. So he'll attack in, we'll gain the burst, but then he'll die from the wing shield. Which is a lot. I'm going to take a tiny bit of pyro damage, but we'll do this just so we can forward you a tiny bit. I guess we'll play that. It does feel bad to take that damage, but whatever. Yes, look at him go. Alright, even though he has a lot of corruption on, it does not matter. I will get rid of that, even though it's technically sometimes helpful for me. But that's okay. And yeah, we could have killed some things there. Doesn't matter. We'll let them all attack him. And with our mighty 14 attacks, we just kind of beat them all to death. It's pretty good. Okay, and now this time we're not going to dupe the Weldlings. I don't even know if we're going to use the Weldlings on that floor. How you doing, Edwin? Okay, so you go here. You get a tiny bit of armor. It's a little sad, but it is what it is. I don't know if I actually care about having you here. Yeah, as much as I hate abandoning my champion, it doesn't actually do me any good to have him. So we'll just do that. And I guess play you out and leave the Pyre Steward languishing. Technically wrong order, but my concerns are minimal. Yeah, I'll not play out the bonk, and I guess I'll just let things be, and whatever, who cares. Yeah, it's kind of cute, but can't really utilize that well. Wrong time to get the Everlasting Light, but that's okay. By the way, Knuckler could benefit from Lolo's Bloodletter, right? Yeah, definitely. I actually do kind of want to play with the Death Metal Hymnist. I think we're doing this slightly differently. Okay, that's fine. It's not like insane, because most of our power is still coming from, you know, just the burst build-up. But here we are. Okay, so let's do that and that. Oh yeah, you have sweep. Like, I could do the cleave, but we don't really need to. It's generally just better that we don't. Yeah, let's just do it like this. Maybe I should have saved the Crucible Steward. I do like Crucible Steward. For some reason, just didn't occur to me. I would love to draw the thing I actually want to draw. But hey. I mean, he's still doing incredible work. Why not mass production on Weldling? Because I don't actually want multiple Weldlings. And because the Weldling armor and the Valor armor don't work very well together. And what I actually wanted to do is make a buddy, and then make another buddy, and then gain some sap because who cares? May as well do that, I guess. And then we make buddy number 1, and number 2, and number 3, and we do that. Actually, I'm gonna rewind this beat just because I don't remember what my attack was at the beginning of the turn, and I'm curious. Yeah, so we were at 203 at the beginning of this, and then we also actually do all that. So I go down to 179. Whoops, that is not what I was trying to play. Let's do this another time. Anyways, here we go. And then we copy a dude. And then we copy a dude. And then we do that. And that. There we go. Okay, so we go from 179 to 737. Plus all the attack he's actually going to generate on this turn. Yep. And they all attack in doing fuck all. Anyways, he's up to 1,000 attack now, so that's a thing. And you're still alive for the moment. Yep, don't mind the Knuckler Steward, just kind of doing his thing. And somewhere in here we have another Everlasting Light. There it is. Alright. Yes, look at all that unnecessary valor. So as soon as we play that, we'll immediately get the kill, which means I can't use the Pyre Steward to heal, really, because he's a dumb unit. Anyways, yeah, so, you know, 1,500 attack and climbing, and there we go. So that's why we didn't dupe the Weldling. Not that we needed to be that strong, but it was dramatically stronger for us than using the Weldling. So there we go. Anyways, that was cute. That was why I like Knuckler Steward. There's a lot of cool things you can do with it. It's just an overall good unit. Also, again, as somebody pointed out, we could have been hitting it with our own, like, ping spells to activate its burst, which is also pretty cute. It's not really what I wanted to do right on that run, but there's a lot of cool things you can do with it. It's an awesome unit, yeah. It's definitely my favorite Railforged unit. Though there's a number of like really cool Railforged units. I also think Sentry Turret's pretty cool, even though it is a bit too strong at the moment, and probably deserves some changes of one sort or another. I think Weldling is pretty cool. I do like Railgun, even though we still haven't used it in any run. And I really like Salvage Machine. Salvage Machine is very cool. But yeah, there's a lot of cool things in the clan. It's just like, there's a couple units I don't particularly enjoy. Like, I don't care in the slightest about Steel Steward, even though it is a lot better in Soul Savior. I hate Juggernaut. I wish that Sentry Turret and Spike Driver Factor would get adjustments. But for the most part, I think they've got... Oh, and I fucking hate Pyre Steward. Pyre Steward needs to change. But for the most part, they have a cool set of units. I like very much that most of their banner units tend towards being like support pieces or like engine pieces rather than like outright physical attackers. Especially because the clan already has a built-in way to scale any unit or any equipment through forge points. So you don't need units to have like innate scaling in the way that it is so helpful for other clans. Nor does most of the clan have like, you know, scaling cards. Like there's Hammerfall, but there's not much else like actual attack buffs in the clan. Oh, and I guess there's Herzl's Hammer, which also probably deserves to be nerfed. Or preferably changed. It's a little too close to Everlasting Light, and if it does get nerfed, it will just be even closer to Everlasting Light, and that would be weird. Sentry Turret also shoots Silence Guys and Stealth too. Yeah, it does. That it does. I mean, the silence makes sense because this, while it's not explicitly a trigger, it should be a trigger, but there is no, like, when an enemy moves trigger. Like, there's shift for when the unit itself moves, but there's no, like, there's no similar trigger for when an enemy moves. And so this isn't actually a trigger, even though it functions like a trigger. And so therefore being silenced doesn't really matter. Also, because of the timing of when it fires, it might kill the silence dudes before they even apply silence. Because like for instance, with Entropy Seraph, when it moves onto the floor with the sentry turret, it fires before the sap from the enchant is even applied. Which is a weird interaction, but that is how it works. Anyways, Sentry Turret, it's cool. It's too strong, though. It deserves to be a rare banner unit and or get adjustments. And Juggernaut deserves to be a less boring unit. Also, I still really want them to do something wholly different with Shadow Siege, which I think is a not unpopular opinion right now. Since, like, literally every day since the DLC has gone live, I've seen at least one conversation about people complaining about Shadow Siege. But, whatever. We'll see what happens. Anyways, all that said, complaining aside, we still have many crowns to do. Does anyone have any preference on what crown we do next? Preferably not Herzl, since we just gave, or just did Herzl. Simply give Shadow Siege Butterball. Literally saw someone posting a screenshot of like, look, Shadow Siege is good now! And it was Shadow Siege with Butterball. And then they posted a Rick and Morty meme of, you know, what is my purpose? And they had altered it to be, what is my purpose? Your purpose is to be a morsel. Oh, man. Wormkin Banish. We can do that. We'll do Spine Chief, I guess, even though we just did Banish. Have done that. It was very strong. Understandable. Well, anyways, I don't really want to do Banished again, but I gave the choice, so we'll do the choice. Oh boy, it's Pyre Dominion, which I legitimately don't really want with Wormkin. I mean, it's fine. We can manage it, but it does mean that we have dramatically fewer infused cards, which is a concern. We do have the Bounding Echoes to start, I guess. Maybe I want Revenge of the Damned. Like, it's Revenge of the Damned is kind of cute. Double Broken Memories is cool. It is, though, that would matter so much more if we were playing Echo Right. Obviously, there's still, like, good ways to use it even without Echo Right. I don't think I love it here, though. And with Chamber of Recall, Broken Memories is a dramatically less important card than it was. You can always pray for First of Kin. Yeah, I know. I think we're still taking Revenge of the Damned, though. Just because there's a lot of things that can do decent work with it. And I do already have the Bounding Echoes, so I can infuse them already. Imprisoned Zephyr is kind of cute to start with. I don't really want it, but I could just take it right off the bat. I think I lean towards the others, though. Probably Heroic Dive, so I can easily overstack bottom floor. And especially, we do want to be on bottom floor to deal with Savagery, so that it's easier for us to handle the Amalgam damage. So that seems reasonably appealing. Shield of Wing is also generally just good, but also in a world where we maybe are going to be building up extra HP with, like, First of Kin, or not First of Kin, Keeper of Echoes. That also is vaguely appealing, but we'll take the Heroic Dives. I really don't want multiple Kin hosts. Not sure I want multiple Bog Chrysalises either, but here we are. I don't know, fuck me. Well, Sketches is sort of interesting. I think we're taking Golden Idol, but, like, Sketches I do like. Also of note, it is banished, and so we could potentially get, like, a Hymnist with Sketches. Oh no, fuck it, we'll take Sketches, even the Golden Idol is nice to have this early on. Okay, we're definitely taking Infector here. The Care is also not bad necessarily, but we're taking Infector for sure. Okay, so you're going there, and then I guess we'll just play those out, and then we'll let Sketches divvy those up. Okay. I guess I'll let the other Bounding Echoes stay for now. Oh, I don't have enough charges here. Go fuck yourself. Goddamn. Well. Annoying. Fine. I take a tiny bit of damage. We were so close to not taking damage, but whatever. At least the Bogfly still got to attack because Spine Chief generates a charge before they do their thing, but just wasn't ideal. I guess I'll do that even though I take the damage here. Anyways, now we hatch, and we have some amount of charges, and it's fine. We should kind of just murder you. Okay, I'm just trying to take less damage by playing out the things. And here we go. Our army of Bogflies just kind of beats him down. What a thrilling world. Yeah, I'll take the Shelter, though again, I'm not convinced we're in the best situation to use it. I will skip on those. And then... yeah, let's go here, I guess. Carver's not bad, but it's not what I wanted. I guess I'll greedily skip on it. Yeah, I probably should have done that not that way. Probably should have rerolled, but we'll take the quick for now, I guess. The -1 Ember is annoying, but whatever, fine. Yeah, we'll just play that there, that's fine, and work on hatching our things. Okay. Don't hate that, would love to have played the divinities, though. Technically, I could be flying the flies down here to do a bunch more, like, shift triggers, which would be interesting, but so be it. Oh, I wanted to play that, and I didn't. Oh yeah, they have quick, so I don't take any damage anyways, which is nice. And I can't play the divinity. All the good that does me. Yeah, I'll just commit to a tiny bit of damage so we can do that. I don't know that it was necessary, but I don't know. It felt right, even if it probably was not important. If I really needed more power there, I would have killed the backliner with Revenge of the Damned, so we were taking less hits and sort of generating more charges, but I didn't need to do it. I don't really need another Bounding Echoes. If Echo Snare still costs 0, I'd maybe take it here, but I'll skip. Windblade is fine. Not really what I want right here. Should maybe take this Selfless Sacrifice, but I'll skip, even though I think it probably is a better play. I do kind of want the Merchant of Arms, but let's do this, especially because if we get First of Kin here, it is rather good for us. Or not First of Kin, Keeper of Echoes. Yeah, that's not what we're hoping to see. Don't love it, but I will do it. Again, not like wildly happy about it, but I will do it. So I do like the triple stack. The problem, though, is that my deck is so small that I'll be drawing the Entropic Crystals, like, every turn. And I just don't want to do that. If we were Railforged and could smelt it, I would care a lot less, but that's not the case. Also, the Corruption is a pretty bad matchup for us, but here we are. Okay, and then we naturally get that one on bottom floor. Okay. Yeah, I don't love you taking a bunch of damage, but so be it. We hatched one of the eggs. We could also do more shift triggers by flying the eggs up closer, but we're not doing that. So you're naturally going to die, as is only right and proper. Yeah, I would love for that to be more... And actually probably should have waited till you hatched. But I didn't. Yeah, whatever. I did that wrong. I should have waited. It's fine. Did one of my flies die? It must have, and I didn't pay attention. Oh no, we were at the 7-unit limit. That's why. I was very confused for a moment, but this makes sense. Unfortunately, we're about to lose some units, but hey. So I can shave 40 off of you. It doesn't really change things, though. Yeah, I should have used the other Revenge of the Damned on him to shave off some of the mass. Again, doesn't actually matter. Like, we have enough power here with our just army of bog flies that it's going okay. Not really what I wanted. The Wormkin etchings is sort of fine. No, I'm just gonna skip. Those are not what I wanted to see. A Kano's Vessel is sort of okay. The Firebrand is not like the worst thing. I guess I'll skip. I don't know. I don't have a good setup right here. I banked on things that I have not seen, basically, but we can turn this around. I'm gonna take the Ember for now, even though I'm not wild about that. And I think we're going here, at the very least, to try to make the shelter better. And then we're definitely going here. And we'll go from there. So I don't hate Holdover Revenge of the Damned. Even if we didn't quite do that as nicely as I would have wanted, but that's fine. We'll do Infector now. I maybe should have done Corruptor, but we're gonna try to get around that in other ways. We will do for that, and we will remove... I was hoping for Intrinsic on the Heroic Dive, but I'm also not totally convinced that matters anymore. I don't know. Let's just not get rid of anything for now. I'm fine as is, and I don't have a ton of gold. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So we'll just avoid getting some of the corruption on mid-floor, and we'll give some Valor to Spine Chief. Although now he's not in front, whatever, that's fine. He got his armor, that's okay. We'll deal. Yeah, it's kind of a waste, but we'll still do that right now. And I guess we play that now, because there's not really any reason not to. And yeah, I'm not killing you, whatever, we'll deal with it. It's fine. Technically, I could fly the flies up there. That's almost enough to kill. Whatever, I'm gonna take a lot of fire damage, yada yada yada. It's fine. There we go. At least we killed there. My deck is just like not fully formed yet, unfortunately. And because I was trying to avoid all the corruption, I am generating charges not on the floor that I really want them to be on. But that's okay. Because we have the power. Especially because Spine Chief generates more charges mid-combat, which then means that the bog flies behind him get stronger, and yada yada yada. Here we are. Took a bit of damage, but that's okay. Ancient Resonance is fine. I don't think we need another one of those. We'll just skip. Cursed Twin Blade I will take. That was not exactly what I was hoping to see. That is what I was hoping to see. Martyr's Signet is cute. I think we want Dante's Footstool, though. Not exactly what I was hoping for. I wanted quick, but this will work. It's expensive. I also don't know if I want Inferno Room. I will take it for now just because I have Dante's Footstool and it does solve some bad matchups for me. But mostly, I don't care. Unfortunately, I did whiff on mostly the things I care about. Also, I didn't actually need to remove him. I got carried away. Couldn't tell you why. It was incorrect. Didn't actually need to do it. But on the other hand, I don't really have anything I need to remove right here because my deck is so thin. I guess I'll get rid of a Divinity. I'm not even sure that I need to do that either, but I will do it. If I had a First of Kin, my life would be better. Probably should have taken the Shard Soul Carver that I skipped on, but I didn't. And that's just life. Okay. Gonna wait on the shelter and not play the Revenge of the Damned because it doesn't actually do anything to me. Do wish that Spine Chief had Quick for just so many reasons. And of course, we don't have any of that. Yeah, well, I have problems. Big heaping problems, but oh well. Okay, that at least helps. And now we generate charges. But yeah, it is a problem that Spine Chief doesn't have Quick when the other guys do. But oh well. That's fine. Because I am unfortunately really depriving myself of a bunch of power that I would like to have. Well, here we are. It's fine. We do make the bog fly stronger, yada yada yada, but like I'm so bad at actually using the shelters and just a bunch of other things. Soul Crushing Guilt is not unwelcome. I do think we're not going to take it, though. God, the Punk Shredder's cute, but again, it only matters if I actually... You know what? Like, I'll take it, but I really need Spine Chief to have Trample, and he doesn't. Do kind of want to go there, but I think we're going here nonetheless, so we can try to make the shelters better. Because, boy, do I need an improvement there. So you already have double stack. Fine, you can have Spell Chain. I wanted to remove Consume, but, you know, that's fine. The Divinity being more playable also certainly helps. I guess I'll do this. I'm not totally convinced by that choice, but hey. Okay. Did forget that I have you now. Yeah, it's not what I want, but that's fine. Well, I super easily hatch all those guys. Alright, so we now move you up front. You just kind of murder. Yeah, I always forget that Hero of Dive is 2 times scaling. I always think it's 1 time scaling, which is not true. I'll do the Divinity, even though he can't benefit from the attack boost. Alright, well, they now have a good chunk of armor. Unfortunately, again, Spine Chief doesn't have Quick, while the others do, which is a problem. But, so be it. We'll just figure that out at some point. But, yeah, it's an issue. There are technically ways to solve it, but they are unlikely and dumb. Well, I don't really want you to die. But unfortunately, I am empowering Hallow quite badly. Like, I'm not confident I can win this fight at this rate. Yeah, that's bad. There are other things I could do. I'm not convinced they're good things, but they are things I could do. Oh, you're still dying. I'll also do the shelter. I could also just, like, not make this play on turn 1. And so then I'd be able to use the shelter later. Which will also be helpful, but hey, we'll see what we can do. Okay. Not actually doing all that much damage this way, but we'll see what we can do. Yeah, not convinced I can win this. I have made what we in the biz call a bad deck. That is particularly weak to Revenge, Strix, and Hallow. For a multitude of reasons. Yep, look at them go. Hundreds, well, more than hundreds. Just a lot of HP. Well, that's fine. We'll let it die. I made a bunch of speculative picks that really did not turn out. And if I had done things a little differently, it would be going a lot better. But as is, my deck just doesn't do a lot. I mean, we did okay against these guys. We did get them low, but not nearly low enough. And there's just no way that I'm fixing that at this point. I really, like I said, I need to do things slightly differently. In just any number of different ways. I just did not have good defensive or offensive scaling. Which is fine. Choices were made. They were the wrong choices. We just have to suffer with that sometimes. Okay. Well then. I guess let's do Wormkin secondary and random primary and see what we get. I will do the Echo Break. The Fractures are fine, but I still would rather that. And Random Clan. Yeah, we should be fine with Fade. Yeah. We've mostly not done these ones at all. Anyways, it's been a while since we played Fade. I do like Attuned Whetstone. Pretty sure that's what we're taking. Votive Key is sort of interesting. I almost clicked the skip button for some reason, but we'll take Attuned Whetstone. Yeah, those are not the ones that I wanted. Really just wanted Firelight. I mean, like, Eternal Flame's fine. We can use it. It's just not what we wanted. Little Icarus. There are a number of ways we could use it rather well in this clan combo. Like, if we get Echo Infusion, we can pump a bunch of HP into Fade, which also works well whenever she dies and we get reformed. She'll come out at full HP. Could also use Shelter. Could also be generating HP with Keeper of Echoes, which I keep wanting to call First of Kin for some reason, even though I know distinctly that they are different units. I mean, I kind of want to do it. It's not actually helpful at the moment. Like, not remotely useful. But I'll take Little Icarus. We'll see if we actually put her to good use. It's just, if we had done Firelight, we could have been, like, enhancing eggs and the bogflies, and that would be good. But here we are. Okay. I guess I'll do that, even though I should maybe hold on to it. But this way she does more damage. I thought about using the Howl Drippings last turn for the same reason, and I ultimately didn't. Yeah, that's disappointing. I was hoping to be able to kill her and then reform her, but that did not happen. Alright, also by killing things on top floor, we are now empowering the Baron, which is nice. Unfortunately, did not draw Primitive Mold this turn, which is sad. Because again, we could have killed Fade and then reformed her, which would have been nice. Also didn't draw them this turn, which is annoying, but whatever, fine. We at least did decent work just getting some power onto Fade. It was far from the worst thing we could have done. I mean, it could do the Purifying Cleanse. It's not really what I was hoping for here. I'll take a Shelter, though it's... I was hoping for Echo Infusion, for sure. It's not what I was hoping for. I mean, First of Kin's fine, but I'm not gonna use it here, I guess. It's just not what I was hoping for, at least. Anyways, we'll be a little conservative. We'll take that. We'll see what we can do. Unfortunately, it is knockback Archeon, which is not really what we wanted either. But we'll see what we can do. Unfortunately, the Scourge dudes do cause us some grief. I am going to kill you, even though it's potentially stealing kills from Fade, but it is just generally important to me that I'm able to draw things when I want to draw them. Okay. Well, Fade is going to have issues, I guess. So if I do that, you'll go down to 7. So I'd need 2 spells to kill you. Or you can go down to 11 here, in which case you get to attack once. I don't know, let's fucking greed for it, see what we can do. It's not a... Yeah, I mean, it ends up being essentially equivalent. That's fine, whatever. I was hoping that I could kill Fade and Reform her one more time. It doesn't really matter, she still killed the backliner. And we're doing okay overall. Okay. I guess I'll take a Molded. I will definitely take an Echo Infusion. I maybe am going here so I can get the Attuned Whetstone, though I don't know what I would Attuned Whetstone. Yeah, it wouldn't really be that impressive. I mean, I would like an Attuned Whetstone doing something for me, but I don't know what I would actually want to get. We definitely don't want Void Armament, at least not yet. Bloodthirsty Blade could do us some work. I could take Void Armament as a way to purge out like some of the shield stewards, but that's a bad plan. I'm just gonna go here, I guess. I'm not excited, but I will do it. Legion of Wax. I mean, you are good, and you do also now inherit upgrades, or not just upgrades, but equipment onto the things as well. God, that's not the worst thing I could be doing. Especially with the tuned whetstone, I could get it something cool right off the bat, I guess. It's probably what I should do. I don't know. Fine, I'll take it. Could do burnout on you, so I get you to split easily. Just depends on how I want to handle using you. I do think I'm going to do that. And then I think I'm just going to not take another upgrade. Yeah, I'll take the Leafy Pen. It's a little awkward at the moment, but the extra draw is good. It just is. And then we're going to get rid of you. And call that good for now. I don't know. We'll figure it out. My deck is a bit weird now, but we'll figure out what we can do soon. Okay. Oh, whoops. Wrong choices. We need to be killing Fade and reforming her. Because I have less Ember. Okay. I guess we'll do it like that. We're still not killing the backliner, whatever. She's at least getting a kill, which is not the worst. Could play the Legion of Wax here. I have qualms about that. Yeah, I guess we'll let the shelter go and just build up some charges for now. Oh, there's actually a better way to do this. Because what we want to do is be infuriated that there's not a second charge here because I didn't plan this out as well as I could have. Well, never mind. Because what I would like to do is I'd like to kill her and then reform her, and then do the Echo Infusion. But I can't. So instead, we do this. Well, fine. So be it. No, yeah, but now she's all the way in the back. Which I did sort of neglect that part of the plan. So... that's kind of fine. It's just also not perfect. But what we do is that, and then we fly to the back here, and it's okay. Fade is going to burn out, which is not ideal, but it's okay so long as we can reform her on the last turn, which we should be able to, since, you know, we're drawing most of our deck. We should be able to make it work. Okay. So, there's that. There's that. Hopefully she gets some kills. Honestly, I'm going to weaken my dude so that they are less likely to steal from her. I could have, you know, done the math, but I didn't, and it worked out just fine this time. Alright. Intent on Death would be good if I were using other things. Mind you, I could use that with the Legion of Wax if we want to start pivoting that way. I guess I'll take it. And then I will not take those. And I will take Ember because I now need it to offset the Leaky Pen. Intrinsic Spell Chain is cute. Yeah, I mean, Firelight, also kind of cute, but not what we need anymore. Okay, so... we're gonna do that. Spell Chain, I kind of want to do on the Intent on Death, but we're gonna do it on the Echo Infusion. Fine. Yeah, well, we'll see what we can do. Okay, look at us go with a bunch of Legion of Wax friends. Unfortunately, Fade is going to die in a mere moment. And then I won't be able to put her on that floor again, but fine. Alright, well, she still got a fair number of kills. Just that the rest of my team doesn't do anything, really. But I can kill that, and then, yeah, like, these guys don't have meaningful levels of attack is part of the issue. I guess I'll hold off on Howl Dripping. Because, yeah, like, without any way to buff the Legion of Wax, it's not really doing anything for me. The Bogflies at least sort of have scaling, so that's something. Though we are up against Kel, I believe, who's going to cause us some issues. Alright, so gain a whole bunch more, please, and then you'll die, and then we'll reform you, and you'll avoid Kel's corruption. So I could even kill these guys if I wanted you to avoid that corruption as well, but we'll try it like this. Alright, so if we needed to extend your burnout, we have the burnout extension, but unsurprisingly, we're totally fine now. God, my deck is a mess, but it is a mess that is sort of working just fine. Again, it has some good elements to it. It just is not there yet. Let's go here, I guess. Glass cannon is kind of cute. Sure, I guess. God, I don't think I really want glass cannon, but it is interesting, I guess. Add something. Whoops. Well, I have now. Not exactly what I meant to do, but it kind of works. It just also kind of causes great unknowable pain. Well, again, I have like two different ways I can take my deck, and they don't work well together, sort of. But whatever, that's fine. We'll see what we can do. Alright. So, this at least is acceptable for now. Also of note, Attuned Whetstone now has the minus cost carryover, which is an interesting change. Which makes it far more reasonable for me to be doing this. It's actually funny that Melting Stealth is 2 turns, no consume, and Luna Crippled Stealth is 1 turn plus consume with some minor things like cheaper, little attack and cycle to new. Saying those are not minor things. Like, yes, it is a consume card, and yes, it is less turns of stealth. But scaling up your entire team and giving you phase control plus moon cycle power and being cheaper is not nothing. Like, it's still a good card. Do I want to be on mid-floor? I think the answer is yes. And also the card's phase keyword for some ability. Yeah, that's what I was saying, phase control. Depends on how you need attack and cycling. Much more clans would benefit just from stealth alone. I mean, yeah, they're different cards. They do different things. But, like, Cover of Night is a good card. Like, legitimately, it is solid. It's not always going to be suitable for your needs, obviously. Like, yeah, sometimes you do just want the stealth instead of the other things. But that doesn't mean it's a bad card, because sometimes some of the multiple parts of it don't appeal to your deck. Okay, I do kind of want Fade to die. I think ultimately we are going to do this. And just give those guys some armor, even though it's not actually an insane amount of armor. Alright, let's do that. So there's one more charge there if we need it. Fade leaves no harvest of the Baron. Yes, this is known. I'm not wildly concerned about that aspect. I am somewhat concerned about the part where I have very little HP. I probably did this wrong. Yeah, because like I need her not to be on mid floor if I'm going to have her dying right then and there. Or I need there to be capacity on top floor. Okay, we are still getting the kill here. Alright, fair enough. I mean, like, I also could have built up more charges here, but it doesn't matter. But we do burn through the Titan skin at a pretty reasonable rate. Also, like, Legion of Wax is very good into Relentless, even if you have very low attack. Ta-da! Alright, well, I have a deck of shenanigans, but we're working on it. I should maybe take the resin removal, but I'm not going to. Alright, well, we're going here. I don't need to heal, but that's fine. Oh, well, look at him go. Do I want the Titanite? I think I don't. Sure. Let's do that. Alright, so we get rid of you. Okay, my deck is a mess, and I need a Merchant of Magic. Kind of. But we'll see what we can do. Again, I have some very strong elements to a deck that is just not quite actually there yet. I guess we'll do it like this. Oh, whoops. Wrong order. Train of Legion is still a good alternative. I mean, so that is what we would like to do in general. The problem is that what I really want now is like intrinsic double stack or intrinsic like remove consume Hallowed Drippings. If I'm going to be going the Legion of Wax route. Because that is a very strong, very viable option, but I just am not quite to the point where it is going to do for me what I want it to do. Okay, I'm not going to do the Intent on Death. I'm not going to do some other things. We'll just deal with it, I guess. Whatever, we'll do this, even though I should have done it differently, probably. But that's something. We'll see what happens. I have left capacity on top floor, so we can reform Fade. Okay, she is still dying, unsurprisingly, which is fine. Just for good measure, we're going to build up some charges on a different floor. You know what? I'm just gonna get rid of the intent on death. I probably should have gotten rid of it before, but we'll get rid of it now. Like, yes, it is very good with the Legion of Wax. No, I do not care. That's fine. I'm gonna not do the Hallow Drippings. And I'm not gonna play out the Bogfly. Alright, Hallow is most way down. We're definitely doing better than last run. No great surprise. I could kill you. I'm not going to bother. That's fine. Oh, and I should have generated that charge on bottom floor. Doesn't matter. We're not, like, strongly using them either way. Also could have shot that healer on top floor for some reason. Didn't realize they weren't dying. Oh, well. Okay, we'll do that now. I do take 1 damage, so what? Who cares? But, like, Hallow is dead now, and so we don't have that many turns to go, and Fade's not going to take an incredible amount of damage between now and then, so let's just prepare. Okay, oh boy, look at all our Echo Infusions. So exciting. Yes. Go forth and murder, Fade. Yeah, unsurprisingly, she kind of just murders. Especially since Strix has multi-strike, so she takes the spikes damage twice, and then Fade has multi-strike, so she beats Strix down real bad. Wax and Spike is appealing. Though again, we are shifting our deck in 2 contrasting directions, and so be it. That's fine. We'll make it work. Alright, so I already did all the upgrades on the Legion. I don't, like, really care about the Wickless Baron, but we'll still do this. Yeah, Smidgestone doesn't really affect anything. We're going to do this. Okay. There we go. Yeah, this is not a good... It's not good for us in a lot of ways. Well, be very clear. Oh, I could have gotten rid of the Calcified Emperor. I actually would like to get rid of the Calcified Emperor. Yeah, that's a problem, but okay. Part of the issue of this fight is, since I'm not making an appearance on bottom floor, we have to deal with the Scourges constantly, which is not ideal. Would love to get you. Don't really care. Not my major concern. Definitely much more concerned about other situations. And I did not build up charges there, so there's no way that's happening. So, here we go. Alright. And now Fade burns out this turn without intervention, which is fine. Yeah, I'll do the intent on death so I don't have to keep drawing it, and it will just generate a charge here. Who cares? Whatever. To be clear, I would like Fade to burn out so I can bring her back without any corruption on her and full heal and all that. Would Waxman solo top and the rest bottom have worked? Kind of, maybe. I didn't know how I was going to draw was the main thing. And also, being here, the Baron is protected from the corruption and still gets harvest procs and all that. Like, there are good reasons for doing it the way that I'm doing it, even if it has some issues. Okay, so you're not naturally going to burn out. Oh, fuck. I did forget that I don't want to do that currently. I want to refresh Fade's burnout. I don't want to do the other ones. Though I suppose I'm gonna draw into the Howl Drippings anyways. Maybe it's fine. I'll still just not do it. That's fine. Okay. Well, it might be an issue with Fade burning out, but we'll find out what happens. I think we're okay. Yeah, and then, like I thought, I do have the Hallowed Drippings as well. Although now she dies, whatever, it's fine, who cares? Alright, now we slowly beat a Thane to death. Ta-da! Oh, boyo, exciting stuff. Right, the resin removal is fine, but we're not going to take it. We are, unfortunately, going to have a bit of an issue against Savagery, but we'll just have to suck it up. A bit late for those. The Exploding Candles, maybe, but I think is probably not a concern. Okay. Harvest proc on the boss always looks like BM from your units. Yeah. Yeah. So we could radically change our game plan now. And I think that is likely what we do. Sure, I guess I'll do that. Okay, remove consume we do want on you, or on the Wax and Spike. I think we just want it on the Howl Drippings. Sure. I don't know that I actually need that, but fine. I don't have any rooms. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the bog flies now. It's just what we're doing. And I can't get rid of something that will do that, and I will do that, I guess. Fine. And then we're gonna take some pyro damage. Who cares? Whatever. It's life. Actually, I could have done this better a little bit. Okay, so let's do that. I would kind of like to do those on the Legion of Blacks. We're not doing it, so be it. Whatever, who cares? Yeah, you're dead either way, even if I did this in the wrong order, but fine. Okay, there's the Baron, there's the Fade. You guys can have some extra attack and some burnout. And then Fade just kind of sweeps the floor, more or less. Alright, not killing the Amalgam, whatever, fine. These things happen. I should be generating charges here, I guess. I don't think it matters, since the only thing that matters with charges is the shelter, which I have already done. Didn't do it very well, but I did do it. Anyways, here's Fade. Not quite as strong as we want her to be, but that's okay. We are overall rather strong, and if we ever let these units die, we'll be well prepared for Relentless, kind of. Kind of. It will have problems, but for the most part, we're doing okay. It's just not nearly as potent a deck as it could have been, but it's more or less fine. Also, if I were pumping HP into the Legions, that would also be interesting. They'd have burnout problems still, but that's okay. Alright, we have mostly avoided the Amalgam procs already. Or so far, I should say. Also, it's a little sad that Fade doesn't have the multi-strike from the Resin Blades now, but again, that's okay. Gosh, she's so close to killing these guys with spikes, we're just not quite there yet. Alright, and then she just murders the boss, and they do their thing, and here we are. I'm a little sad that we didn't build heavily into Legion of Wax, because like we could have done some really cool things, but that's okay. It's fine. What I was hoping is that we were going to get Bloodthirsty Blade to combo with the Resin Blades, and that would have been really cute, but it's not what we did do. It is, in fact, not what we did do. Okay. So, look at him go. Look at her go. And you can have that, I guess. Right. So, you're dead, but not actually dead. I'm sort of okay with just taking the Curse of Entropy damage, because who cares? Alright, she does die at the end thanks to the corruption, but that's okay. I guess technically I should be building the charges there. Alright, we'll hold on to the shelter and yada yada yada. Here we go. And then Fade is just going to keep sweeping bottom floor as the Legion is just going to get slightly stronger. Again, we're not buffing them nearly as much as we could be. And also, kind of, I wish that we were letting their burnout run out so that they would split once. Because then we could just have a whole seven wide floor, which is what I really should be doing with these. I kind of wanted to put Spell Chain on the Intent on Death for this reason, but then I would have meant not putting it on the Echo Infusion. We really badly needed that if we wanted to do Fade things, so that is why we're doing different things. Anyways, again, it just, we could have made a dramatically stronger like Legion of Wax centered build, and we didn't, and that's fine. Like, Fade is still very strong for us as is. You know, she's almost surpassed 500 spikes, and she's just murdering everything that dares stand against her, as is only right and proper. Alright. Savagery's almost down. Entropy's almost down. Oh no, I'm making the enemy stronger. She still survives somehow. Alright, Savagery's down. Although again, my Legion of Wax not nearly as strong as I wish it were, but that's okay. I think you die if I put you up here, which is honestly not that big deal, but we'll still avoid it anyways. No reason to keep taking that damage. We're just waiting on Dominion to die one way or another. Alright, and then we just pump more HP into Fade. Because she's pretty cool that way. Anyways, there we go. I did take a lot of damage because I wasn't playing on the Curses of Entropy, but again, it doesn't matter because the Titan fight is meaningless. And I walked in with basically full HP, and therefore I won. So, ta-da! But anyways, it was a fun run, even if it was kind of messy and split in a couple different directions, but it worked out well. And Fade ended up at 524 spikes, which is not bad. Not bad at all. Just we could have done so much more with Legion of Wax. But that's okay. Oh, and I made it mess up on the score because we clicked on something while I was counting. It's weird that it does that. I mean, it's not that, like, weird from a coding perspective, but it just is a little strange to me. Yeah. Anyways, I should probably stop there. If you guys want, I'll do one more, though. Not sure what clan combo we do, but we can do one more if you guys are interested. Otherwise, I'll just stop here and go do other things. Certainly making our way through the crowns, but God, there's so many more to go. I mean, like, it's cool. I like having more crowns to work through, but it's just, like, adding 2 more clans has such a huge knock-on effect. And if they add more clans past this, it is even more crowns. I don't know if they are going to add more clans, but I do dearly hope for such a wonderful occurrence. But anyways, no one's chimed in, so we'll just stop there for the night. I should probably go do things like eat food anyways, as much as I want to keep playing. Anyways, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll play more Monster Train. We'll probably do some Soul Savior tomorrow, since I didn't do any of that today or yesterday. And we certainly have a lot more Soul Savior to go. Then again, we also have tons of crowns left to go, but we got time. So, thanks for hanging out. Have a wonderful night. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll play more Monster Train. It'll be grand, wonderful, delicious time. Who knows? Thanks for being here. I'll see you later.